Hi, it's Gadget UK here again. As you can see, I'm looking at my NEO-GEO MVS again, CMVS. So you can see finishing touches here, got a nice little chrome NEO-GEO logo on there. Looks pretty sweet. I've swapped out the power supply, which I said I would do several videos back. So I ended up getting, I mean, look at the size of that, it's tiny. One of these Sony, I think it's for some sort of GPS system or something. It's 5 volts, 2000 milliamps, so you know, 2 amp. The polarity, I think I had to change. I had to put a different connector on this. It had different. It might have been the right type of connector, but I think the polarity was wrong. So yeah, I put my own connector on there and just flipped the polarity. It's probably better in retrospect actually to stick with the polarity that comes out of this and change the polarity of the connection there. And the reason being is the connector I've gone for here is the same connector that was already on it, on this power supply to start with, which is the same as the AES, and the polarity as default on this is the same as the AES, I think, which is center positive, is it? Yeah, it looks like centre positive and shielding grounded. And I've swapped that around the other way, I think, on this, on mine. So, yeah, I could be wrong. We'll check that in a minute on the meter. But anyway, the thing I'm going to do with this now is tear this down. And I'm going to add a reset button. Now, you may be wondering why, because when I talked about the reset, the idea of adding a reset button previously, one of the things I mentioned is, what's the point? If you've got a unibias in there, you can reset it. But I'm going to do a mod to one of my carts so they can have 2 versions of the same game on the same cart. So it's like, you know, two P1 ROMs effectively, and have a switch that's linked to the reset. So when you reset the system with a physical hard reset, it will toggle to the next ROM. So you can, it'll just, you know, it'll boot then with a different version of that game, which I'll cover in a subsequent video. But if I just look at Beeps' AES here. You can see it's got this PST518B, which I think is the same on the MV1B's, the MVF1Z that I've got here. You see the same component here on many of the NEO-GEO boards, and the right-hand pin there, pin 3. When you press the reset button, it's grounded. That's how it works. So all I need to do is add a switch that you know, connects pin 3 to ground when you press it. Not sure whether I'm going to mount it on this side here or the other side, but I'm going to have a little, you know, tactile push switch there, and I'll just glue it on the inside using some hot glue, and that should do the trick. So I'll take it apart now and get cracking. So on the underneath of the board here, that's the PST518B, I think it is, and it's that right hand pin there. So if I put a, you know, connection from ground, I'll tap off a ground somewhere. There's quite a few different places you can tap off ground on there to switch. And then the other side of the switch to this pin here. That should be sufficient. So a good place to drill a hole here is approximately sort of here. It's going to be mounted on the inside of the case there. Now, like I say, I'll just use some hot melt glue in the corner there just to support it. So there's my little tactile switch there. Obviously you can see I've attached the wires with a bit of heat shrink tubing. It's just to minimise the bit that's exposed in case it comes loose and touches the board or something. Really, I just don't want to, you know, don't want it short anywhere. So just need to just tin the ends of these wires now and then attach it to the board, and we're done. Really, you can reassemble. There you go. So you can see now with the new power supply, the voltage is very stable. Seldom goes above 5 volts. Really, maybe 5.4, 5.04, 5.03. But yeah, the reset switch, I'll show you. Works fine. So I just press the button, and it resets. So yeah, pleased with that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.